Outgunned and alone, how Panjshir's resistance fell to the Taliban. Panjshir fighters earned a legendary reputation for resistance, defending their mountain homes first from the Soviet military for a decade, throughout the following civil war, and against the first Taliban regime from 1996 to 2001. An old man in the Panjshir Valley sadly describes the last stand resistance fighters made against the Taliban's relentless sweep of Afghanistan. There were too many of them. Leaning against the door of a closed shop in the village of Khenj, Abdul Wajeed said the group's forces massed in September at the mouth of the valley, north of the capital Kabul. The sight of dozens of armored Taliban vehicles powering through the narrow gorge is burned into his memory. There was nothing more we could do, he said. For 3 days his village and the National Resistance Forces, NRF, a mix of Panjshiri fighters and remnants of the defeated National Army had fired with heavy weapons from the rugged cliffs above the valley. The charred and twisted wrecks of more than a dozen Taliban vehicles are testimony to their intense struggle. But the hardline Islamists continued their relentless advance, emboldened by sweeping victories across the rest of the country and armed with an enormous weapons arsenal seized from the Afghan army. "We were surprised, we did not know what to do," said one NRF fighter, who remains hidden in Panjshir. "We did not have enough weapons." In Malaspa, a farming village surrounded by lush fields, 67-year-old Kal Muhammad said the Islamists' convoy had been so large it seemed like 1,000 vehicles full of Taliban had swept in.